What's going on, guys? It's Gabe here, back again with another video. Today we're doing a deck profile again and today we're showing off Blue Kuzan from OP12. A pretty cool deck, I'd say. He's a Navy type with 5 life and 5,000 power, and his effect is when a card is trashed from your hand by your Navy type card's effect, you draw cards equal to the number of cards trashed. Now this is the big part of the deck I will show off in a minute. I have had fun with this deck. I've taken it to my local tournaments, and I've always gotten even around either 2-2, like even in wins and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, I'll show you off the rest of the deck. So first off, we're going to start off with the searchers of the deck, and that we are playing 4 Tashigis, and Tashigi is a 1-cost 2,000 power with the on play of look at 5 cards on top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Navy other than herself, and add it to the deck, and put the rest of the bottom in any order. Standard searcher, you play 4 of these in every deck, in every Navy deck, excuse me, and it's just overall really good. Next, for the searcher parts, this is probably the other searcher that you play in the deck, is 4 of the 3-cost Sengokus, and he has 3-cost 3,000 power with 1k counter. And on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand and look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and grab 2 Navy type cards from your deck, from them, and add it to your hand. Now, this is really good because you can see right there, you may trash 1 card from your hand. That means when you look at the top 5 and grab 2, after that, you get the draw effect from your leader effect to draw another card. So essentially, you're drawing 3 cards for 3-cost power, which is really, really strong. Okay, that's it for the searchers. Now we'll move on to the 3-cost, the other 3 costs that I play in the deck, which is 4 of these Hinas. Now, this Hina is 3-cost, 3,000 power, 2k counter, very important. But also, activate main, you may rest this card and trash 1 card from your hand, and up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a base cost of 4 or less cannot activate blockers. So this disables blockers by just putting him, resting him, and then, by resting him and trashing a card from your hand, which you get back from your leader effect. So basically, just stops blockers, and if it doesn't do that, then if you're not going to use it, then you also have a free 2k. You have a 2k counter in your hand. Excuse me. Speaking is hard. All right, and sorry if the camera's a little shaky. I have a new little mount thing that I'm trying out. If it shakes a bit, apologies. Next, on to the 4-cost. I play 2 copies of the Gion from OP06, which is the Pirate Foil, which is nice, from PRBO2. She is 4-cost 5,000 power with 2k counter, and on your turn, once per turn, when your opponent activates an event, your opponent must place 1 card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. So this is good when you swing and they have like a counter event in hand, they play it, and then they immediately, with the effect, have to put 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. Just adds more of a little offensive part to it, and if you don't use it, it's another 2k counter. Great, that's what I like to use it anyway. But now we get to, honestly, probably the most important card of the deck, which is 4 of the Blue Grass from OP14 EB04, the first part, you know what I mean. Bluegrass is a 4-cost 6,000 power. On play, place up to 1 of your characters with a cost of, or 1 of your opponent's characters, excuse me, with a cost of 1 or less to the bottom of the deck. That's like okay, it's an okay effect, but the most important is the bottom part, is when she attacks, you draw 1 card and trash 1 card from your hand. So essentially, you attack, you draw a card, and then you trash 1 card, but with leader effect, you draw that card back. So essentially, when you attack, you draw 2 cards for the cost of trashing 1 from your hand. Really important for cycling through your deck, because this deck has one big massive problem that I will get to later if you do not already know what that is. Next, for the 5 costs, I play 3 of the Suru from OP06. She's 5 costs, 4,000 power, 2k counter, and on play, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. Your opponent returns 1 of their characters to the owner's hand. So it's a good alternative to, again, cycle through your hand by trashing 2 and then drawing 2 from leader effect, but also it's a good 2k counter, and then it's not the best because your opponent chooses which card they return to the hand, but again, mostly you're probably going to use it for 2k counter, or if at that. Next, I play 4 of the Isho from EB04 OP14, and he is 5 cost, 7k power. On play, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, your opponent places 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of the deck. So you rip 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of the deck at the cost of trashing 2 cards from your hand, which you get back from leader effect by drawing 2 more. Then, Dawn 1, when attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand and give it to one of your opponent's characters, minus 2,000 power during this turn, which is pretty good. Good debuff. You just attack it, debuff something, and then the on play is just even better, just so you can get their hand size down a bit. That way they have less defensive options and such, and it punishes them for being greedy with their hand size. Next up, this is a brand new card from EB03, the Heroines edition, which is, I play 4 copies of the new Isuka. She is a 6-cost, 1,000 power, 1k counter. More importantly, she's a blocker. And on play, place up to one of your opponent's characters, place up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. So I just bot deck something on play and as a blocker. Really good. I don't have too many blockers in this deck. This is probably her, and then I think maybe something else. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just really good blocker, really good thing to bot deck something 4 costs or less. Yeah. Next up is I play 2 of the Kuzan from OP12, 6 cost, 8,000 power. If you have 5 or more cards in your hand, this character gains +1 cost, and on play you may trash 1 card from your hand. Up to one of your opponent's characters cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next phase. I was thinking of bumping this up to 3. I used to play like a playset of these, but I think 2 right now is okay. I might switch it around, maybe do 3 of them, but for now, I think 2 is fine. It freezes something in your opponent's hand. Most of the time, you're probably going to discard this for a cost of some sort, but it is nice to pull off that freeze when you need it to. Up next is the 4-cost Sakazuki from OP12, 7 cost, 8,000 power. On play, if your leader has Navy type, draw 2 cards. Plain and simple. Then activating once per turn, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Give it to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or one of your characters. Really good. This is probably the card that you want to play out the most with the next card effect that we're gonna show off. But yeah, just that on play draw 2 really helps you get that hand size up and get that hand cycling going. Just a good AK swing. And then up next, this is the last part of the Navy package, or the Navy characters, excuse me. And he's the most important card of the deck, to be honest, is 4 of the 8-cost Monkey D Garp. He is 8 cost, 8,000 power. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Play up to 1 Navy type character with 8,000 power or less other than himself from your hand. Now this is probably the late game play that you will make 100% of the time when playing this deck. You play this out, you trash a card from your hand, and you're either most likely going to play the Sakazuki or the Isho. Probably one of the go-to plays that you're going to do every single late game turn you can. You want to see Garp in your hand late game as often as you can. Make sure every turn you play out a Garp, play out either a Sakazuki or an Isho or a Kuzan if you have to free something. It just really helps with get that power to make sure to get that wide board in and swing in for those big numbers. Finally, for the non-Navy characters, it's blue. You play pudding. Nothing much more to say about that. You cycle through your opponent's hand. You give them a new hand. If they're greedy, let's say they have 9 or 7 to 9 cards in hand, boom, play pudding, put it back, draw 5 new cards. Really punish them for being greedy. Yeah. Next on for the events, there's not too many events that you play, but there is the 4 that you must play in this deck, to be honest, is the 4 Ice Block Pheasant Peck. 1 cost counter, you up to one of your leader or characters gains plus 4,000 during this battle. Then trash 1 card from your hand, which you draw again right after because of leader effect. But the trigger is also just as good. Is the trigger, you trash 1 card from your hand, draw a card. So basically trigger, activate, trash 1 card, draw 1 card, and then you draw 1 more card after because of leader effect. So basically, effect trash 1 to draw 2. Very good defensive option in this deck. Next for the events, I play 3 Ice Time. This is the new event from OP14 EB04. 5 cost and is main, you may trash 1 card from your hand if your leader has the Navy type. Up to 2 of your opponent's characters with 10,000 power or less cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next phase. With trigger, return up to 1 character with the cost of 5 or less to the owner's hand. Now, this is why I only play 2 of the 6 cost Kuzans, because I just put these 3 in, which practically do the same thing for 1 Dawn less. And it freezes 2 characters instead of 1 for Kuzan. I just think it's really good to just play it out, freeze something late game. They can't attack the next turn, and that's when you go in with your wide board to swing in for those big numbers. Finally, for the last 2 events I play is the 2 Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. Pretty self-explanatory, just to 7 Dawn, bot deck 2 things that are 6 cost or less. Really good, really simple, easy removal that you play in this deck. That is to say, but yeah, the one glaring issue that I don't know if you guys have seen, but this deck has a lot of bricks in this deck. Basically the Garp, the Sakazuki, the Kuzan, and the Isho. Those are, and the Bluegrass, of course. Those are the, if you get more of those in your hand, those are just bricks on bricks on bricks. You don't really want to see them too often. Well, you want to see them to play them out, but on your draws, like from your discarding, you don't want to overly stack your hand with bricks. That's the big major flaw with this deck. But once it gets going with the Bluegrass cycle up and draw, you cycle out the bricks. Make sure you grab those 2Ks, the counter events, what have you, and make sure to play out those. Try to cycle up your hand as much as possible. For your opening hand, you mainly want to go second with this deck, because going first is kind of rough on curve, because you want to get those even number Dawn turns out, so you can play Garp as soon as possible and to make sure to get that wide board. But for going second, you really want to make sure you want to have at least 1 Tashigi and 1 Sengoku in your hand. That way you can at least on curve play out to get those searches out to grab whatever you need, those Garps, Sakazukis, Ishos, what have you. These are pretty important to get on your first turn, and then second turn you play out the Sengoku and do keep searching and searching. For main discard targets, again, you want to discard the bricks out, and then make sure you want to try and get to late game, to survive till late game as much as you can. That way you can play out your Garps. Play out Garp, you trash something, and either play out the Sakazuki or the Isho, like I said. But if you don't have any in hand for whatever reason, you can play out the Kuzan to freeze out, to just stall for a turn to make sure you get those draws in, or you play out the Bluegrass. Make sure you try to protect Bluegrass as much as possible. Well, not as much as possible, but make sure to at least keep her alive so you can attack at least once. That way you can get the value in and such. But yeah, that is my Kuzan deck profile. He's not the most top tier deck, but he's pretty fun. When he gets going, and that's what I like, what happens. But yeah, that is my Kuzan deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. I like that sick Garp face. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.